Starks and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be telling you guys all about my microblading, all about my experience. If you're thinking about getting microblading or you're just curious about it, keep watching because I'm spilling the tea. And of course, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more home decor, beauty, and lifestyle videos. So let me start off by telling you what microblading is. So microblading is a semi-permanent makeup treatment for your brows. It's used to reshape or make your brows look fuller. It's like tiny little lines that look like hairs on your brows. So that is what I have. My personal goal for getting microblading was to make my brows look fuller and darker. I have really thin brows. I just have, if you've been to my channel, like I have thin, fine hair, and it's the same for my brows. This is the natural shape of my brows, so my brow artist did not reshape my brows, but she did. Our goal was to make them look fuller and thicker, and so I do not have to get up and fill in my brows every day. I just wake up and my brows are perfect. So that was my goal. But depending on your brow shape or your brow type, you might want to talk to your person about how you want the look that you want to achieve. So my artist is Kayla. She is in the DMV area. She is bomb. I got really lucky because she already was doing my lashes and she recently started doing microblading, and I'm so happy that she did because she is so talented. So something really important about microblading that you need to know before you decide you're gonna get it is that you will need to have at least 2 treatments. So you'll get your initial microblading, and then 6 to 8 weeks later, you'll get a touch-up. So that is what I did. I got my initial microblading. They were beautiful. But if you have a tattoo, you know that once the ink settles in your skin, it starts to fade, and some of it, depending on your skin type, depending on how your skin takes to the ink, you might not have all of those little tiny strokes that your brow artist puts in. So you definitely want to schedule a touch-up. The treatment itself, depending on your brow artist, could take around 2 hours to 2.5 hours. You want to start out by really being specific about the look that you want to achieve. You want to bring photos to your brow artist so that they can see how you like your brows. You just want to be very specific about what you like, what you don't like. If you're not sure, ask tons of questions. In my session, Kayla kind of mapped out my brows before she went in and started doing the actual microblading. This for us didn't really take long because, like I said, she already did my brow tint and my brows were already shaped. If you go in with your brows already waxed, that would be really helpful, and it would probably cut down some time so your brow artist can see how you like your brows. So after your brows are mapped out, then your brow artist will go through and start to make tiny little lines that look like hair. No, I forgot to say, your brow artist will numb your brows first before doing any of the little strokes. She'll do that. He or she will do that. She'll wipe it off, and you'll start to, see what's going on. Most of the time, in my experience, Kayla did a second. I believe she did 2 passes. So she did the first round of strokes, wiped it off, we seen what it was looking like, loved it. Then she numbed me again, and then we did a second round. That took about 2 hours. I'm not gonna lie, I was so nervous about the pain, but it did not hurt. I didn't feel anything. It was kind of weird how I didn't feel anything. I wasn't nervous about how they were gonna look, but I was definitely nervous about the pain. But I didn't feel anything, so shout out to Kayla for that. The whole process is pretty much done with using one tool, just the blade and the ink. Something that you want to consider when you're getting microblading is what you got scheduled within 2 or 3 weeks after you get your microblading. I say this because right after your appointment, your brows are going to be fire. You're gonna be in love with them. You're gonna be like, oh my God, this was the best choice I ever made. This was the best decision of my life. I don't have to do my brows. You're gonna be feeling yourself. I'm telling you. For me, a couple days later, maybe 5 days later, the peeling started. When your brows start to peel, you're gonna think that all of that ink is gone. It almost looks like your real brows are coming off with the ink. And sometimes that is the case because it's a scab. Your skin is healing. If you have a wedding, if it's your birthday, if you got, something important where you're taking photos, you got an important Zoom meeting or an important work meeting, don't schedule your microblading around that time. Schedule it around the time when you can really let your skin heal, because it is gonna take a good 2 weeks at the most. For me, it was like a week where I was like, oh shoot, I'm ugly. Seriously. It was like a week of ugliness. But the second week for me, my brows started coming back. They weren't as dark. They didn't start getting dark until maybe the 3rd week. I waited I waited a total of 6 weeks before I got my touch-up, because every day they started to get darker and darker, and I just wanted them to be completely healed before we went in with that blade again. So that's key, is when you schedule your microblading. Also, you won't be able, while they're healing, you won't be able to fill them in. You won't be able to use, any products. So you want to try to, refrain from wearing makeup while your brows are healing, because it's a scab. You don't want that. You don't want it in your brows. You just want them to be able to heal. But once they do, you good. So just consider that. So let's get into the cost, because I wanted this really bad. I wanted it really bad. I'm gonna just say that, because it's not a cheap service. And I was willing to spend more money on this than I was willing to spend on a lot of other things. So the price, just me doing my research in the DMV area, the prices range from $450, that was the least expensive, to $700, which was the most expensive that I seen. Depending on your area, depending on your brow artist, the price is gonna vary. Let me tell you, my girl Kayla did my microblading for $100. So you already know, I was like, let's go. Now, the reason why my brows were $100 is I was one of her very first clients. So she was still kind of practicing and getting comfortable. She and I already had a relationship. She already was doing my brow tint. So I knew it was gonna be fine. I wasn't tripping. But when she said she wanted to practice and she wanted to start to build her microblading clientele, I was like, yes, sign me up. I got these brows for $100, 2 sessions. I do know that her prices are different now. So if you are, considering getting your brows done by her prices are different, because she has a lot more experience. She's been doing this for a lot longer, and she's bomb. Honestly, it's worth the price. So just do your research and find the right person. Also, when you're thinking about the price and if it's worth it, you gotta consider how long it's going to last. So microblading can last from a year to 3 years, depending on your skin, depending on the ink, depending on the brow artist. So that pretty much sums up everything you need to know before you go. I hope, y'all love it as much as I do. Thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to let me know if y'all decide to get it, because I want to see, hit me in my DMs, shoot me a picture. I want to see. I'm trying to put y'all on because I'm late again. This is not new. Microblading has been around for a minute, but I finally decided to do it. So thank you guys again for watching. I will see you in my next video.